Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. XRP fortunes turn? Oh my gosh. So this should not be surprising anyway. Those that hold the most XRP on the planet have had their net worths reduced by a lot. Like a lot. And so I wanted to talk about that. I mean, it's in the news right here, but I also wanted to talk a little bit about, like, for those of you out there listening, and I'm sure there's a ton of you, if you're and I'm among these people I'm about to speak to here. Like, if you're one of these people that is expecting to make 7 figures at least off of XRP, make at least $1 million, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or more. If you're going to be able to do that, have you sufficiently thought through what it's going to take for that to happen? No, just in terms of volatility. I think it's just an interesting discussion, so I want to talk about that. And also, I've got this article from Cointelegraph titled, Willy Woo doesn't think Bitcoin's overall upward run has ended. And so for everybody that's been freaking out, I know, price of XRP and the whole crypto markets, it's down. It's hard for me to find well-respected analysts that think that the end for this market cycle is here. And they could all be wrong, fine. I don't pretend to know for sure, but people don't think it's over. These analysts really don't think that it's over. And so given that Bitcoin leads the market, I wanted to be sure to mention this. I know it's not XRP specific, and this is an XRP-centric YouTube channel, that, true enough. But we have to acknowledge the rest of what's happening to get a full understanding of what's happening within the XRP ecosystem, specifically as it pertains to price. But I do want to be clear at the outset, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos as a hobby about Ripple and XRP and ice cream and unicorns and puppies and sunshine. But that's all. That's it. That's all I ever talk about. Mostly puppies and ice cream and sunshine. So here's the headline from Crypto Newsflash. Ripple co-founder moves 265 million XRP as crypto billionaires lose a chunk of their net worth. And actually, I was surprised by some of these numbers. Check this out. Not as much with Jed McCaleb, but I'll show you in a sec here. Recent data shared by the XRP Scan platform has shown that co-founder and former executive of Ripple Labs, Jed McCaleb, has moved 265 million XRP from his wallet in batches. However, 20 transfers have been made from his electronic address since May 2nd, 2021. In the last 3 weeks, separate amounts of 10 million, 17.3 million, and 13.4 million XRPs have been transferred. As of now, he still has 400 million XRP in his taco stand wallet. I think that's funny. He's got to have some sort of sense of humor, right? That's a great name for a wallet, the taco stand wallet. Anyway, the recent crypto struggle has caused his net worth to be reduced by 27% from $6 billion to $4.4 billion. So the real reason I wanted to highlight this is just to say to everybody out there in the XRP community, I mean, come on, he lost, think about that, $1.6 billion of net worth. I think that we should all pitch in to at least get him a gift card to Starbucks or something. I don't know, like Walmart gift card. What do we get the guy? Or maybe we should start a GoFundMe to try and raise the $1.6 billion for him, because he was the hardest hit, right? So I'm just saying, I'm just spitballing here. I think it would be a great idea. You let me know if you think we should get some sort of GoFundMe going for Jed McCaleb here. But, he's not the only one that lost a ton of money as a result of this recent pullback, right? For instance, Chris Larson, who is formerly Ripple Labs CEO, he's co-founder of Ripple, of course, have lost let me just read the damn sentence. A report reveals McCaleb and Chris Larson, a former Ripple Labs CEO, have lost $1.6 billion and $1.3 billion respectively. There you go. Between May 10th and May 19th. Now, Brad Garlinghouse, and this is one that surprised me. I didn't realize that his net worth was as high as, assuming this is correct anyway. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, has also seen his net worth taking a nosedive from $6.9 billion to $5.6 billion in just 9 days. So I know he owns a bunch of XRP. My understanding is it was part of his compensation package. And that's fine by me. Like, I don't get jealous of people that have more than me, and life is not a zero-sum game. So the fact that somebody has more than me doesn't mean that it was taken from me or somebody else. That's just not how the world works. That's not how the economy works. And there's a finite supply in terms of money. Then, man, as the population is, like quadrupled. How many humans were there 100 years ago? If there was a finite amount of money, we'd be in a world of trouble. And sometimes people like to pretend like if people have a whole bunch of money, like it came from somebody else. That's just not how this works. That's a separate fun conversation, I suppose. But I didn't realize he had quite that much. Not that it matters, though. I did want to be clear. I'm not stating it for that reason. I don't care if somebody else has a bunch of money. I say good for them. But have you thought about what it means for you if it's like, say XRP hits whatever targets you have set that would make you a millionaire? Because think about this, it's not going to go up in a straight line. You must know that, right? Even if you're new to crypto, hopefully you picked up on that by now. I mean, within the last few days, we've seen extreme volatility. And so just think about it. Like, even if your goal is to get exactly to $1 million, like we can regularly see pullbacks of 20, 30, 40, 50+%. These are normal. So like, imagine you get up to that, like a $900,000 mark. You can lose in one day hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, I just wanted to ask, are you mentally prepared for that? Because I think that there are going to be a lot of people that are looking for this type of exit point, and I do include myself among those people that will be shooting for that. And doesn't mean I'll hit it, but because I do think it's possible if you have the right amount of XRP and you hold a sufficient amount of time. I think you could hit that. But I'm just asking, because nothing goes up in a straight line, are you actually going to be able to sit through watching your net worth rocket up to insane levels you've never seen before, just dreamed of, perhaps, and then it just drops down by hundreds of thousands of dollars in a single afternoon, perhaps? Are you going to be panic selling, like, no, I just want to make sure I've got what's left? Or are you going to just weather the storm and ride it onto the top? That is tough. And so for me, it just kind of depends on where we're at in the market cycle, because I'm not actually going to sell based on a dollar target or timeline. I'm actually looking more so at like what's happening in the market structure specifically, because my targets don't mean a damn bit of anything if the market structure indicates that we're just not going to pump to levels that high. So, because in order to see some of those, if my expectations are too high, I might have to go through a whole nother bear market in order to get some. And then if that's the case, if I think we're actually going to hit a bear market before I hit the levels that I'd like to see, well, damn. In my case, anyway, I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold. You do whatever you want. I just think it's a fun conversation. In that situation, I'd be more tempted to sell a bunch, even if it's not quite where I was hoping. And then just, if I really firmly believe that I've got a sufficient amount of money, and then maybe buy a bunch back during the bear market. But that's only if I've gotten a sufficient amount. And even then, I'd still hold a bunch of XRP at that point. Like, if it actually doesn't hit the levels I really want, I wouldn't actually sell all of it. I definitely wouldn't do that. Because, those are the types of things like a lot of people do before they get an amount that they're happy with. A lot of people will sell thinking that a price is going to go lower and hope to buy back in, and then they miss it forever. Like, stuff like that does happen. And so to me, it's different. Like, if you have gotten an amount that you can at least make peace with, and you're okay with parting because it's sufficient, then which is what may happen in my case if this doesn't go as high as I hope, or if I'm no longer confident that it will. Yeah, I'd probably sell a big chunk of it, hold on to a chunk, and then hope to buy more back lower, knowing that if I'm wrong and it just goes higher, I have to be cool, being like, okay, I've been holding this for at this point 3.5 years anyway. I just we'll have to have made peace with whatever I have now. That is enough, and if it goes higher, it goes higher. Because and really, I think you should probably think in terms of that anyway, because you're never going to be able to perfectly sell the top. I mean, it's just not going to happen. It is not possible, which is also part of the reason I'm never going to count on selling all of my XRP at once in some sort of magical, crazy, parabolic run-up anyway. Like, it's just, I don't think that's a reasonable way to approach it. It's not for myself anyway. You do whatever you want. I'm just going to sell along the way. Just like when we were in the bear market, I was dollar cost averaging in, knowing that I would never perfectly purchase the lowest price point. I wouldn't be able to purchase the bottom. Well, same on the flip side. I'm not going. Thank you, Windows, for interrupting me. Virus, something. Go away, Windows. Bill Gates, you disrupted my flow. Anyway, so but yeah, it's the same way to the top. I'm never going to be able to sell the top. So I'll just start selling little bits along the way, and then the higher it goes, maybe we'll start selling bigger and bigger chunks. But I just think a lot of people, like, it's like, before you jump in, it might sound easy, and it's like, if you're able to pull this off, to anybody that didn't go through it, they're going to think that you're just lucky or this or that, and I'm just going to be like, no, that is not luck. Like, that, you have to go through a whole lot of stuff, so most people are going through crazy emotions, and while I haven't during this bear market, I've been fine. I haven't been emotionally impacted since the last time was August of 2018 when XRP got down to like 25 cents. I remember because I happened to be visiting San Francisco and went down and actually saw the Ripple headquarters. I saw Brad Garlinghouse. I haven't told that story in a long time, but I actually did see Brad Garlinghouse. And anyway, though, I remember that very vividly, and then I eventually just I just reminded myself of what I already knew factually was true, but after that it didn't hit me anymore. I was just like, I understand it's volatile. My bet hasn't changed. Either this is going to go up substantially from here at some point, unknown point in the future, or it's not. And so then I just understood the volatility that happens in between is going to be inconsequential. And so from that point, I actually didn't feel any more of that. But I am a little bit concerned because I haven't been through a bull phase. I've been through the last bull phase, the last market cycle, which is exciting, but I haven't been through it where I have as much as I have now. And I'm hoping, because I'm worried that might be more intimidating, because the bear market didn't scare me at all. I'm sitting here wondering, okay, what if it does get up to some of these crazy levels for XRP and some of my other crypto holdings? I hope that I think I'll be able to. I hope that it ends up being the case that I will be able to hold on sufficiently long. But that remains to be seen. I'll have to prove that to myself here. But look, the bull market, it's still here. I firmly believe that anyway. I could be wrong, but based on what I'm seeing from all these analysts out there, and just if I look at what happened last time, even for somebody that is not a chart analyst, just seeing how humans behaved last time, I don't think they're finished speculating, because last time the money just flowed through every crypto literally that was a large and mid cap coin, and most small cap coins also. Money flowed through all of that, and we just haven't seen that happen yet. We haven't seen all these other cryptocurrencies just shoot up parabolically, and I just can't imagine that the market cycle is just going to be in, and then we enter bear territory without that. So me firmly believing that, and then seeing all the other opinions from all sorts of well-respected analysts, I'm just thinking, yeah, I'm not sold on the idea that this is all over. I'm really not. I think that we're going to see upside, even if there's some more volatility here in the short term. And so Willy Woo is one of those very popular analysts who agrees. There are hundreds of thousands of people that follow him on Twitter, for example. So check this out. Bitcoin's price fell significantly this week as a $30,000 price level waved hello to the frantically falling asset. Willy Woo, a popular Bitcoin analyst, however, thinks the curtain call for Bitcoin's overall upward rally has not yet occurred. During an interview with podcaster Peter McCormick, posted on the What Bitcoin Did YouTube channel on May 21st, Woo talked about a number of points, including Bitcoin's recent network and price activity and its current state. Woo noted that the many macro indicators point toward price positivity for Bitcoin. There's an immense amount of activity on the network between investors compared to the valuation, Woo said, referring to data from Bitcoin's NVT ratio, which shows blockchain network activity in relation to market cap. We haven't seen any kind of mania, Woo continued. We dumped down from a level which was highly organic, no speculative premium, he said. The 2017 top, for example, we were, I think, 3.8% higher than the organic evaluation. And so I did want to pause there. I wasn't completely a fan of the way that he characterized that. It depends on what you mean by mania, I suppose, but we've seen some absolute nonsense behavior. We've seen the laser eyes. We've seen Dogecoin run up. To say that there's been no mania, no, I just think that there was substantially more mania in the past. But if you look at individual coins, yeah, we actually have seen that. I mean, Bitcoin running up in 1 year from, the $3,000 range to $65,000, that accompanied with laser eyes, like, what's your definition of mania? That, to me, that's mania. Like, I'm just saying. But he does think this is going to go much higher. And I wanted to share this tweet to wrap up the video here. This is something that I tweeted out. And I wrote, for almost all of the last 3.5 years that I've held XRP, my investment has been down or around the break-even point. This does not matter. This fact does not indicate whether or not XRP will be worth substantially more in the future. Broaden your time horizon. So, a few minutes ago when I was talking about the last time when I felt emotional fear about my cryptocurrency investment, specifically XRP, August of 2018, like this is what I'm talking about here. It doesn't matter whether or not I don't like where the price is at the time. It doesn't matter if I feel how I feel at the time. This does not factor into whether or not the market is going to continue to be cyclical and humans are going to make buying and selling decisions irrationally, just purely based off human psychology. And so the time frame, fine, I didn't like the price being that low back then, and I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to have to wait, and now here I am, this August, it'll be 3 years from that point. And so what? What's it matter? You know, I'm an adult. I'm not going to cry over XRP not hitting price targets that I would like within the time frame that I would like. That is not how this works, right? And so the fact that I've been at break even or down for most of the last 3 years, that was not a factor in whether or not I was going to continue to hold XRP. That was not part of my equation. My calculus was that I was absolutely anticipating XRP at some unknown point in the future would rally further. And given that I did have an expectation of extreme volatility in between, that does not play into my decision-making process. It used to, many years ago, play into how I would emotionally feel, but it does not today play into how I emotionally feel. That does not make logical sense. It just doesn't. And I feel that so firmly. I've experienced enough to where it just does not hit me anymore. I'm emotionally bulletproof when it comes to downward price action. And I could not be more sincere about that. So much so that I will ride this bitch to zero if necessary. And I absolutely mean that. Now, more likely than not, even if we did continue to see downward price action, if the analysts are all wrong and humans actually behave different, which I just do not believe, if we actually enter a bear market right now, I will still hold. I don't care if it's another 4 years. Well, I mean, I kind of care, but I would endure. I would just do it because my calculus is the same. At some unknown point in the future, XRP will be worth substantially more in the future. And even though fundamentals matter to me, I don't think that fundamentals need to matter to the rest of the world for that to happen. I just think people need to continue doing what they've already decided they displayed that they want to do, which is just throw money into everything. And I don't think the market will always look like that, but it sure as hell does right now. And so I'm counting, even if just for that reason, XRP being worth substantially more than it has been for the last 3.5 years. I'm talking about hitting a new all-time high and a new realm of price discovery. And we'll see how high it goes. Probably a lot better looking than it is here. I mean, it hit 85 cents today. I don't know what price it is. Your future people listening to this, I don't know what price it is as you're listening, but XRP today did get down to 85 cents. It was the lowest I've seen it yet anyway. And if it goes lower, it's not going to matter. It doesn't change my decision-making process. It doesn't even impact me emotionally at this point. It just does not matter. And so that's why I'm hoping as it gets to the point where you're seeing incredible volatility in terms of your own net worth, and hopefully the same for me as that ultimately, and it already is big. Like I won't lie. Like I'm not going to say how much XRP I hold, but it means something to me, all right? The amount of volatility in terms of dollar, and I've been fine with it to this point, but I'm just hoping that I continue to do okay with that as the numbers get bigger and bigger and bigger. Because I'll tell you what, seeing XRP recently around $2, awesome, and that's still a very large dollar amount for me. And this is all relative, so like you can assume that what that means you don't know though. Because it's all subjective. What I think is a lot, what you think is a lot could be very different. But that dollar amount, which is a lot to me, versus XRP being over $10 or $15 or who knows where it goes, that might result in me feeling different, and that I'm not used to. So that's what I'm saying. Like, hopefully that will be okay. So just try and get your own mind right. Like, if this is something you're trying to do and get up to these levels, I wish you the best, and I hope a bunch of us do pull that off. But my gosh, I just feel like so many of us are like, I'm concerned that we're not going to, like, even if we have the right amount of XRP, like, are we going to sell too soon? I don't know. We'll see. I'm a little concerned. We'll see though. But I'll go ahead and wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.